All right, let's go to the next game. And I will take it from here.
Yeah, all you, baby.
Alabama, Georgia. All right, Tyler. I uncovered one piece of beauty in my research for this game. I really did. The year is 2008. The month is September. And the day, you might ask for a second day in the row, the 22nd. In Nick Saban's soon to be triumphant return to college football, his number 16th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide are hosting the number 22 ranked Bulldogs. Georgia wins in overtime, handing Nick Saban his first loss at Bama. Tyler, do you care to guess what the score of this Georgia versus Alabama overtime game was? Don't,
Kev,
because
I'm
you
not
know
gonna
if you...
lie to you. I forgot already.
All right, sweet, 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 sweet. Wrong. We will get back to that, I promise. I must now ask you a rhetorical question, meaning don't answer. Is the sun setting on the Alabama dynasty? As Florida State breaches the top 10, we as a community may have to come together and admit our premature evaporation of Alabama's accolades were just that, premature. It's okay. It happens. We were excited. In addition to FSU self-healing the wound they inflicted on Alabama, the Crimson Tide have a roster littered with five-star recruits, and they're coming off a dominant 38-14 win over Wisconsin. But Wisconsin just lost to Maryland. So how good is Maryland?
Goddamn day go by that we don't come out here with shit up our ass ready to go. It's time to fucking go. All I want to do is fucking eat. I want you to eat. I want you to eat.
These Bulldogs are frothing at the mouth to beat the Tide in Athens or just beat them at all. Everyone remembers Georgia breaking through in the 2022 season to beat Bama 33-18 for their first title since 1970. However, Georgia is 1-9 against Alabama since 2008, and they haven't beaten them at home in Athens since 2003. So I hope I still have your attention, because here is the beauty I talked about. In 2008, Georgia beats Alabama 26-23 in overtime, handing Nick Saban his first loss. 10 years later, on January 8th, 2018, Tua Tagovailoa drops back on a 2nd and 26, trailing Georgia by 3 in overtime, and delivers a 41-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Smith, your boy. Final score, overtime, 26-23, Crimson Tide. Chills.
I
Numbers
like
are
that.
beautiful.
Two things you asked. Hopefully, I'm still paying attention. You knew I wasn't. And then two, I'm pretty sure it's Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know what you said, but yeah,
Tua Tagovailoa.
it does matter.
Tagovailoa.
Okay. Okay. I like everything you just said, Kev. I think after week one with that FSU loss, we have seen a really good developing Kalen DeBoer team. He's got that West Coast offense coming to town there in Tuscaloosa. No one can deny it with how Ty Simpson's throwing the ball. And I liked him back when he was at Boston College. So, I still like watching him now. That being said, looking at some of their stats, or not like this is contrary to what I just said or anything, but Bama has a lot of weapons that they're throwing to right now. That they have 6 receivers who have over 15 yards per completion, including, most notably, Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, who are holding 10 receptions per game. And Jeremy Bernard has 15, and no, not 10 receptions per game. Excuse me. That would be ridiculous. 10 over 4 games. Jeremy Bernard, I believe I'm saying that right, has
Jeremy?
15. Yeah. Journey?
I think it's like a redneck saying Jeremy. Jeremy.
Kev is from the mountains of Virginia. He is allowed to say that. Okay, that is
one other thing
term.
I'll note. This boy knows numbers. Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams, they account for 55% of Ty Simpson's passing yards and 55% of his touchdowns.
He's got those two favorite boys. Yeah.
I said this last night, and I really should have looked it up, but I do wonder how Georgia's number 1 and number 2 cornerbacks are. If they're locked down, that could handicap Alabama. You got something?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get back to my first page of notes after addressing that. So, Kev, no, I was watching the Georgia game and the Tennessee game, like just highlights earlier today. The one thing I did notice early on in the game, Georgia's secondaries adapt their defensive play calling is able to switch between man coverage and zone coverage when they know it's not working. At the first quarter of that Tennessee game, they were really going hard with the zone coverage, and they just didn't look good against Tennessee. I think you remember Tennessee got up early. They adapted quickly and had that double man coverage when they needed to, and they were really tracking the quarterback's eye movement. They even got 2 interceptions on Joey Aguilar in that game. So, that's one thing to know. Okay. I flipped to the wrong page. Excuse me, Kev.
No problem.
We talk about West Coast offense in Alabama. We also got to give a props to not West Coast offense, but I'm going to dub this the Midwest offense because there are a lot of players on Georgia who make a lot of receptions, just don't have a lot of yards per reception. So, they make like a lot of those like short run pass option type plays. Some of those players include, we've heard the name like Zach Branch. He looked great against Tennessee, I got to say. Then you got Colby Young, London Humphreys, and even their tight end, Elysis Williams. I think I pronounced that right.
It's this is really why weird. They call Georgia the Hoosiers of the South.
Because of the names? No,
because they do short passes. That's what you're saying about Indiana, correct?
That is what I'm saying. You're absolutely
I've been paying attention.
Kev, there's like a monkey with cymbals playing in my head every time you talk. I'm sorry, man. Now, okay, Kev, what this really comes down to for me, West Coast offense, right? He's going to be slinging that ball a lot. Do you think Ty Simpson is aggressively better or worse than Joey Aguilar?
It's
now ponder that as I go to your pick.
Okay. And I am going Alabama, and it's going to be tough because I'm going to be rooting for Alabama in this. I don't know how they get me to cheer for them as an underdog, but I was doing the same thing in that 2018 championship when Jalen Hurts got hurt. Tua comes in. That was the year before, actually. Then it was the SEC championship the year after. Tua gets hurt. Jalen, after sitting on the bench all year, comes back in, leads them to a victory. I was sitting on the couch with my roommate Ryan, and we were both rooting for Alabama, trying to figure out why. Yeah. Anyhow. Anyway.
Okay.
What do you got?
So, all right, Kev. With this matchup, I'm always reminded of what my guy Pat McAfee did a couple of years back.
What's that coming down the track? It's me, the sheet in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs, go Dogs. Sit down. Wow. Give me Alabama to break.
No, we're actually taking Georgia. Let's go Bulldogs.
Whoa.
Yeah, I switched it up on you
switched
last
it on
minute.
me, but you forgot to change the coloring. So who did you actually pick?
The colors are the same. Okay, I'm not gonna live edit that one. No,
right,
Kev. Look,
dang, I feel that.
It's going to be just a field goal.
I would have done the same.
Yeah, right. Look, it's just going to be a field goal at home in Athens. This is going to be an electric atmosphere. It always is. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Just electricity in the air. SEC, like this Kirby Smart versus Kalen DeBoer. I'm so excited.
I like this. For the 3:30 games, we're on the same page. Then for the 7:30 games, we're picking opposite of each other. That keeps it interesting. I'd love to get both the 3:30 games right. So then, we're sitting back like, hey, we're at least going to go, someone's going to go 3-1.
That's
or
right.
maybe 4-0. Hey, I like
One
that.
of us can be a winner this week, Kev.
Or if we miss both of the first games, then we'll be like, all right, well, we can't miss these next ones. So let's go.
And Kev also,
you should have done Georgia money line, man. You should have done Georgia money line, so we could have both been right. But anyhow,
nah. But no, Kev. Part of my point was last night when I realized that all my picks are the same as what ChatGPT was throwing out. I was spending today, and I was like, I gotta change one of these. I don't care how we do it, but
it's actually. I'll use this time to interrupt because Tyler's lying there. I think what actually made him change his picks is in last night's take. I brought up, and I was planning to do this later, but I brought up how my wife actually spanked us in her picks last week. She went 4 for 4 and 1.
Metaphorically.
Yeah,
Metaphorically.
4 and 1.
Well,
All right. She went 4 and 1 anyway. Here were her picks this week for these 4 games. She just does money line. She doesn't mess around with
Okay.
spreads. She's got LSU winning. She's got Indiana winning. She's got Penn State winning, and she has Georgia winning. I think she made Tyler turn toe.
One, she absolutely made me turn tail. She is the Oracle.
The Oracle
women are
of
smarter than
Delphi.
men, as we
Yes.
both know. And 2, if Carly goes 4-0, she needs to make an appearance next week.
Yes.
Okay.